are very pleased to have Bev from Calphalon doing our cooking demo today. We're going to be making some chicken cacciatore stew, so we hope that you all enjoy. Bev?
Thanks, Ellie. Thanks for having us back at the Harbor Market. We today are going to be demonstrating Calphalon's Dutch oven. It's a cast enamel. It has an enamel interior. We've already started frying up some onions. We have chopped onions in here. We're going to add a few more. A little bit of vegetable oil in the bottom of the pan. The beauty of a Dutch oven, you're going to cook slow and low. You always want to keep your temperatures low, because once it heats up, it's going to hold that temperature and it's going to cook very well and conduct heat evenly. I'm going to add a little more oil because the burner here it's a really strong burner. This would be like cooking on low on a commercial grade. Is he going to come lower a little bit? Okay, we have onions in here, and we're going to cut up a green pepper. I want to show you a real easy way to do this. You cut off both ends. If I was at home, I'd be chopping and saving these ends. My husband's very frugal. Oh. Now what I want you to do then is go in and you're going to cut away. And just take out all the seeds, nice and easy. And then we're going to take a slit down. So what we've created is this nice long strip here. I'm going to take away just the veins on the inside, and much easier to cut. Now with your paring knife, what you want to do is, it's called a point and drag. You always want to choke up on your knife, and you should actually be holding your blade. Don't do the pointer method, because you're not in control of your knife that way. You're going to take it and you're just going to drag. We're just going to pull back little pieces. And you can see it's much easier to do. You're not going to be balancing a pepper that's round and cutting yourself. And you're pointing and you're dragging. You're just pulling and dragging. Very easy to do.
What kind of knife is that?
It's a paring knife. I'm taking this now, a santoku, and this is your bolster. Your handle's the bolster. What we're going to do now is this is a santoku, so it's an Asian version of a chef's knife. And we're just going to go in and rough chop, and then you put your hand on top, away from the blade, and you're going to rough chop. It's just that simple. So your handle serves a purpose as well. What's really nice about this chicken cacciatore recipe, it's basically a dump recipe. You chop, you slice, you dice, you dump. Very simple, and it looks and smells amazing. You're going to see the color that this green pepper gives it is just so nice. So right now, again, we're just sauteing the onions and the green pepper. And I'm going to go back and do it again for those of you that didn't see. Point and drag. And I caught myself, I'm doing the pointer method. You want to choke up on that blade so you have control of it. And you're just pulling back. I think the hardest part of working with cutlery is we just don't know the techniques. When you come out to Calphalon and we show you all the different pieces of cutlery we have a demo as well, a little video you can watch, and you can see all the different techniques, and all of our associates are trained to help you with the cutlery. I was pretty familiar with the cookware, but when it came to the cutlery, I was really misinformed, let's just say. You know, at home we would say, well, give me the knife. That meant, you know, whatever was available, you know. We knew what a butter knife was, but, you know, that kind of stuff. And we had one good, it's actually a chef's knife, and my husband said, this knife is so good. I said, it holds its edge because we use it twice a year at 2 major holidays, and, you know, so it's not going to get dull because we don't use it. And again, when you're chopping with a santoku, you're holding your hand on top, and then you're working with the bolster, which is your handle, and you're just rough chopping. Because my cutting skills are weak. So if I can do this, you know, I'm not a chef. I sell commercial grade cookware for a living. So we're just showing you with the right tools, you know, you can look like a professional in your own kitchen.
Just like with anything else, you need the right tools.
You need the right tools. This is your workshop, folks, if you like to be in the kitchen. And it's interesting because I think a lot of the times, and the way the economy is now, the households are different. It's not just the wives at home cooking, it's husbands. You know, you might have sitters coming in doing different things. So it's really nice to have the right tools available to make the job handy, because no one wants to spend extra time in the kitchen when they don't have to. I buy, this is like a really neat secret at our house. It's a garlic paste. So it saves you time. You don't have to worry about, you don't have to worry about chopping and dicing your garlic. It's an actual garlic paste. And it's amazing. It's just that simple. And I'm going to take about 1.5 tablespoons. And then we're just going to mix it in, and now you're going to see how the smells just really kick up. It's really nice because when you put garlic in, whether it's chopped or minced, garlic can burn very easily. So you're going to have to make sure it's on a bed of something in there, you know, in the vegetables, where this is just going to intertwine with it. And you can see how nice here. And again, the key of working with this cast enamel is slow and low. Because if we got this on high, these are pieces that conduct the heat up the sides of the vessel as well. So it's not just cooking at the bottom, it's going to cook from all sides. So once we get it to the stew section where you know you've got your liquid in there, it's going to cook from all directions. So that's going to cook faster for you, it's going to save you time and energy. It's going to be cooked thoroughly very quickly. And this recipe is nice, unlike most stews that you'll have to pop in the oven or it's going to take you, you know, a longer time. This can all be done on the stove top. So I'm going to check my recipe because I haven't made this in lots of different varieties of time. So we, again, to save time today, bought some mushrooms that are already sliced. And again, the market has all of these wonderful vegetables here. Depending on the season, you can find a great variety of vegetables here ready for you to use. So we have in the pan, if you just joined us, we have onions sauteing in some vegetable oil, garlic paste I used for ease of operation, green peppers, and now we've got mushrooms in. I'm going to let this saute down a bit. The mushrooms are going to soak up some of the oil, so I'm going to add a little bit more here. Just going to get that incorporated nice. Let all those flavors marry together. I'm going to spread it out. What I like about this Dutch oven is the base is very wide, so you have a nice wide cooking surface. Heather, what's next on there? Maybe you can get like the spices lined up for me next. What I'm going to do now is we're going to get the chicken ready. This is a chef's knife. This is the Western version of the Santoku, okay? They both do the same thing. They slice. This is more of a rocking motion. You're going to start and you cut on the downswing. And I always thought I was doing this really well. I was doing it backwards, so I've learned. This one, you actually, like I said, are rough chopping with it. So we're just showing you a variety of them. We do have all of these for sale today, of course. They're right on the front table. German cutlery for $20. You can't beat that. They're comparative to the top names in the business. The top names are hand finished and polished individually, so you're paying for that artisan piece, where ours are more of a mass produced. And there's only about 8 recipes for German cutlery, so you're getting the same product and definitely the performance that Keno is known for, but at a much better price point. So please check that out before you leave today. This recipe calls for chicken breast. We use chicken thighs at the house. It's a little more flavorful. What I'm going to do with this is, I think I'm actually going to use this Santoku. I want to cut strips first. You want to cut against your grain. It's going to be easier for you to cut number one, and it's going to tenderize the meat that way because you're cutting against the grain of the meat itself. I'm going to turn it and then just cut little chunks. There's no science to this. It doesn't have to be exactly even. You can see with the thighs you're going to have a little fat on this, which is quite nice. It's going to flavor it even more. Just want to check this. And these burners are a little stronger than your burners at home, so that's why we've used a little extra oil today. You can see the steam coming up. Can you smell anything there? Any smells coming out that way?
It smells wonderful.
This is a quiet crowd. I think we need to throw some freebies out to the crowd today. Heather is my lovely assistant here today. We have towels for the crowd. Throw them out there. Woo! Some spoons. We've got all kind of goodies. We are located up at the Prime Outlet Mall in Pleasant Prairie. Get on the highway from Highway 50 exit. We're 2 exits south or east. And come on out. We have sidewalk sales this weekend. You're going to really want to come out and see what we have. Get out. Mushrooms and chicken. Okay. Our vegetables are looking pretty good. Some of our canine friends are excited about the smell here.
They're always excited about each other, at least.
Yeah. We're going to add our chicken in, and we're going to cook this until the chicken pieces get white. So we don't want to see any pink anymore.
So we have a green pepper, half of a large onion, about what, a 1/4 cup of oil,
Mushrooms.
3/4 pound of chicken and mushrooms. Good so far in the Dutch oven.
And again, rough chop on the chicken. And you can add, you know, if you want a heartier stew, you can definitely add more. This is, you know, the basic recipe that we're following today.
I think sometimes people are afraid to stray from the recipe.
You know, I would say your first time always follow a recipe, and then, you know, you can always tweak it out. But with the meat, it depends. You know, if you've got a good sale going, go for more. You know, it's protein, it's good for you. This basically is a very healthy recipe. You know, you're getting your vegetables in there, and it's easy. It's a matter of chopping. And now we're just going to cook this chicken down until it's pink, until the pink is gone, excuse me, and it's just all white. You see how nice the green peppers are getting and the onions. And again, this has such a large base at the bottom. It's just really nice because a lot of it is going to cook down. If you're using a round, excuse me, I need some water here. If you're using a round vessel, which we do sell at the store, we're just limited on space at the bottom, so I always like the wider spaces. This one sells for $99 at the outlet store. It's an 8.5 quart, and a lot of people say, well, I don't need anything that big. It's just the 2 of us, or in my case, we're empty nesters. They still come back. You know, we can't get rid of them for very long. There's one right there. And you know what? Even when they are gone, it's nice to make a batch of something and then you have it for a few days. You can freeze half always. And you don't have to fill it all the way up either. You know, you can just make half a batch. What's nice also is this is a Dutch oven, so you can put a chicken in here, a small turkey, you can put a ham in here, chuck roast would be amazing, and you have room around the sides for the vegetables. So, you know, just kind of think outside that box a little bit. You can see our chicken starting to turn. We're just going to let that go for a few minutes, and we're going to start to get our seasonings together. And again, at the fair, you can find all of this stuff, all the seasonings. We were unaware of that today, so we brought our own, but definitely check out all the booths. You know, when you have your recipes, bring them out with you, because it's a good way to shop and you can avoid the crowds. So we are going to add to this now. Our chicken is getting ready. We're going to put in a 1/4 teaspoon of oregano. These I like to double. I don't think you can over season, not in a pan this size. We're going to do the same thing with basil. And I'm going to stick to the 1/4 teaspoon of the black pepper because I have some coarse ground pepper. We're going to season it with some salt. You want to get everything mixed really well, incorporate all your dry seasonings. You see how nice everything is cooking down? It's dotted very nice with all of the seasoning in there. We're keeping that up to keep the flame lit, so. So now we're going to put in our chicken stock. And again, I like to double this. Right now, that's about the 4 cups. You can see how nice your sauce is getting. I want to bring this up to a boil. We're going to put the lid just semi on for now. Cast iron's very hot, so it's going to conduct heat like we said. So you're always going to want to work with an oven mitt of some sort. Okay. While this is heating up, we're going to take a cup of rotini noodles. We're going to put them right in our pan. I'd like to see this at a roaring boil right now, but for time, we're going to put it in and let it go together. And it does not need to be pre-boiled. You just put them in and they're going to take their cue from it. I'm going to cover it up and try and get some boiling going.
What a quick and easy recipe.
It is easy, very easy. We're going to add some tomato sauce. And this is the fun part. When you put this in, it just makes the stew just a lovely, lovely color. Basically, you have a nice green color going. Look how nice this makes it. Want to incorporate it. Yes. You want to mix it up really good. And it's going to take about 16 ounces. You can do 2 small cans, 1 large. Another variety on this that would be really nice is you could do chopped tomatoes in here, diced tomatoes. You can get them in the can that way if you'd like. It depends how your family likes the acidity, how strong. But very nice, colorful.
That's gorgeous.
We're gonna just try and get that to boil up really quickly. We're getting to the fun part, folks.
Eden, what can I help you with?
Is there a reason for that?
Yep, I'm glad you mentioned that. These little dots are built into the top to invert the moisture back into whatever you're cooking. So it's going to help to infuse it, keep it nice and steamed. Instead of picking up the lid and you see all the water dripping off, it just bounces it right back into the stew itself. My assistant's going to hand me the wine. This recipe also calls for some dry white wine. We're just going to do like Julia Child and pour some in. Normally it calls for, how much? 1/4 cup?
Half cup.
Half a cup. And all the alcohol will boil off as you're cooking the stew. So you've got a really nice soup stew going. Look at the broth there. Just beautiful. Very healthy. You've got your onions, your mushrooms, your green peppers, your chicken. Very nice broth colored in here. And then your pasta is going to cook up. So we're going to put the lid on because we're having trouble with the little flame today and let that heat up. And we're going to get ready to serve it. When it's time to serve it, you can thicken it up if you like to have it more like a stew by adding some flour to it. We're just waiting a little bit more on the pasta, folks, because I want you to be able to sample it. And the pasta is going to fill it up, which is nice. You can add more or less as your family likes. Just a super easy meal.
Yeah,
and
it
this
looks
is an enamel interior, so you always want to use a nylon or wood utensil. You can see it's very pretty. And it is quite healthy. You have mushrooms, green peppers, and you can add, adjust to your own liking. If you'd like to add some zucchini in here, would be quite nice. If you want to change out the pasta and use potatoes in here, same thing. Put some pearlized onions in here. Absolutely. So once you get all that in, all you need to do is bring it up to a boil and then put it on simmer for about 10 minutes until your pasta is ready. And it's just a beautiful fall plate. Very healthy until you get to this part, but this is the fun part. Again, it is Wisconsin. So we're gonna put some grated Parmesan in here. And of course, our little grater is really nice. The top hooks over, so you can do it right into their bowls.
Perfect meal on a cold night.
Absolutely.
Gorgeous.
There you go. Doesn't get better than that. We're going to stick it over here.
Beautiful.
Move that little thing out. You're ready to go for the fall.
We want to thank Beverly for visiting the kitchen at the Kenosha Harbor Market, and thank Calphalon, of course.
Thanks for having us out. We appreciate it.
And hopefully we'll see you back again soon.
Thank you. Stay tuned. We're going to have some samples shortly, and thanks for coming out today. We hope you enjoyed it, and I'm sure you're going to enjoy the chicken cacciatore stew. Very easy and really, really delicious. Thank you.
Thank you.